Hello, my name is Jennifer, and welcome to part 53 of my Rags to Riches Snowy Escape Edition. And if you are returning, welcome back. And you can see they are standing in a very empty house. I mean, I left the counters in here because the house that I have built that we're about to replace this house with has counters already, but I put everything else, apart from some of the lights that I don't think we're gonna need, into our family inventory. So let's go grab that build and place it. So here is the final version that I'm going to be placing. So it's 124,103 simoleons. They have 657 and 83 plus whatever the value of the house is, which, as I had said before, I have saved this lot before I took all of the furnishing out. So I have that in my library, and if anyone is interested in that version, I can share it to the gallery. So it has a value of 100 and something thousand also, but that was with the furniture. The actual house probably doesn't have as much value, but it has some. It also, I left the hot spring because the hot spring that we have in the new place is the one that's really meant for inside. So let's go ahead and place this lot. And of course, the new one is just going to be, I find sometimes this is glitchy, that it'll go to what it was before, but obviously we'll just have to change it afterwards if it does do that, because this is very obviously not a tiny home. And yes, it seems to have actually placed as a residential lot. So here we go. Here is the empty lot as it stands. It's up on the roof and there. So as I said, I already did add the counters in here, which of course are the Snowy Escape counters, and we could use the home decorator ones, but I think we might be best to stick with these just because it is a Snowy Escape Let's Play, and I did give them a different fireplace, a bigger one, and other than that, you can see it's pretty empty. And then this is the basement level, which has a bathroom and a sauna room, and there's the hot tub. And as usual, of course, the walls are down because when I was playing in the other version, I always have my walls down. There are some windows here, like to let some natural light in the daytime, because right now it's nighttime, and that's fenced off. I like to do that with my basements to let some light inside. And then over here, we have a double. We have a wall here for some natural light in that level. And then this is where our rocket ship is going to go that I did bring along, even though it wasn't built, but we'd already purchased it. So we'll be sticking that down there. And then this, I don't know that I built a base. Yeah, I put a spot for a bathroom there. I usually like to have a spot for a bathroom right where my rocket ship is, because they get very dirty building the rocket ship, or upgrading the rocket ships. So I like to have a spot for a shower and stuff right away. So this is this before. I'm going to go in and place everything that I brought with me, and I'll just show you what it looks like after we do that. And then we're going to be doing some purchases. So I will be back. So they have their new house. I would have shown most of my furnishing of it. I think I left off a couple of parts when I was doing it, which included I gave Eric a tent in his room. But other than that, I think that was the main thing. The rest of it, I think I would have shown. So you would have seen it, though you wouldn't have seen the basement because I really didn't do anything down here other than place out things that they already had. And I may eventually add some rooms down here. But not right now. And I might rearrange things. So there are exercise areas back here by this hot pool, but I left some stuff upstairs on the patio out here so that they didn't have to go, like I left the punching bag and the yoga mat out here so they didn't have to go all the way down. But I did find that placing things on a lot with the, the foundation, sorry, not the foundation, but the terrain that the lot had, because I thought with this build, I would keep the terrain, made it really hard. I had to flatten it for the garden because I couldn't place the garden very well at all, the garden area. And then when I was trying to place the lights out here, they wouldn't place, so I had to use move objects for that, but I didn't really want. I went to flatten it for the lights and I didn't like the way it looked, so I just used move objects. But I don't normally use it too much, but I did use it a couple of times for a few things. That was one of them. So yeah, so this out here is really everything they already had just placed out here, but you would have seen the actual main level, either what I had already placed or whatnot, or my renovation, adding on extra things while I was doing that build. So you'll have seen it already. I realized I probably need to add, some stuff in the entranceway, but for now, I think I've done enough and we can just add on a little bit more as we move along with this. So let's take a look at what they all need to do. He has done his work tasks. He goes to work in 11 hours, we have a gathering going. Let's check his needs. He probably should scrubberoo himself. So let's start with Finnegan. He just happened to be the one. I think he's the first one. That's why he was showing there. Now Alice is actually a little bit hungry. So let's do some rallying of the troops. And this makes me think about the fact that we need to get them married pretty quickly. And I have to figure out where we're going to have them married. Like, take a look at their schedule, and not her schedule. She's a freelancer and she can work whenever she wants. And I had been thinking about having her go into the interior decorating career, but it really takes you away from your lot for like a lot of time. So I don't know how good a fit it is. And I do have my Let's Play, if you want to see it, that is going. And it's actually going to be on Sundays and Wednesdays. And this is, instead of being on the Fridays and Sundays, is going to be Friday and Tuesday. So still twice a week. And then if you watch my University Challenge for now, that's only going to be once a week. Just because we need to get through this. Because the other thing with this is that we need to get them married. We need to get them to have new-boos, because I was thinking of using their new-boos either as teens or young adults in the next Let's Play, which is going to be exploring the next pack when it comes out. So we need to get a move on with that. So I'll take a look and check their needs. And Celeste is all flirty. Oh, so the two of them are flirty from being near to their significant others, which is kind of, he needs to do his work. But his needs are pretty good other than that. So this is their, as you probably would have gathered, their like sort of office area, which replaces the office area they had. And I have all these shelves and we're going to put some display things in them. But I did put them like in the kitchen area where I cluttered up. But I thought we're going to figure out one of those that we might put their simi capsules in instead of here where you can't really see them very well. So let's have him come over here and do that work that he needs to do. Career, optimize spreadsheet formulas. So there he goes. And she probably doesn't need to do anything because she doesn't have to do her work. She gets it automatically completed. Which I still haven't looked into, figure out whether how she's going to do a flirty shape with that one. We'll let her do that. And Alice, you're going to go out and use the observatory. And she needs to collect insects. She needs to collect from the insects still, which I put out here. So we can collect beetle nuggets from that. And this looks like we can collect grub meals. So we may as well get her. She may as well just stay a maker for now. And who knows if we'll change it later. Once she gets this done, maybe, I don't know, maybe she could be a writer instead, like a freelance something that's that you can do at home more fully. Oh, I couldn't see them because of the color of them. That was why. And I should have probably brought more of these lights with me. I packed a few into the family inventory, but I left most of them behind. So she got like she got 3 super fertilizer in total, and she got like 2 beetle nugget from there. Oh, that's actually really good. I don't know. What does it say? Fine. Well, why don't we feed them and then nurture them? A lot of times I just clear it out. So maybe we'll feed them. Maybe we'll just buy another one. After all that, all the shopping we've already done, we're going to buy another one and we'll stick it here and we'll see which one's ready first. And we're going to do crickets with this one. I have had a fire with these bombardier beetles. I've had a fire. I'm not really keen on that right now. So we're going to skip that and just go right for the ones that don't start a fire. So she's doing that, and we'll leave her for now. Celeste, you're chatting with Kiyoshi. Why don't you... Oh, he's playing his violin. Very nice. Why don't you do something more... Why don't you go for a walk? Go for a hike after we check your needs. Why don't you, since you're chatting here, come here and rally the troops before you go out for a hike to see whether you can get attacked. And then again, you're all working out and you need to do that too. Go for the hike and try and survive it unscathed. So why don't we just send the 2 of you together? So we're going to hike the scenic route together. And then I'm going to send them off. And then hopefully, it should pull us over there if they actually get attacked. And let's check in on little Eric. So he's all energized because we have toys tomorrow or we have presents tomorrow, which we can do right from our tree. And they need to decorate that tomorrow. So he needs to become friends, which we could maybe do because that was an issue I had noticed with the tiny living lot, that it didn't count when you became friends with people on your home lot. I always had to travel to do that. So that hopefully won't be an issue now because I don't think I've ever noticed that with anything but the tiny living lot type. But let's see. Of course, he can't play on a jungle gym. We have the jungle gym, but he's all energized from presents tomorrow. So that's not going to be something that he's going to want to do. Let's just hit play so he can keep doing what he's doing. And he can collect his last badge. So he may as well go collect that. And let's take a look at... Well, he actually that was useful for him to work on his emotional control. That was good. And I think... So he likes fitness. I've had that quite a bit with my children when they're energized from presents the next day, that I get a prompt. Do they like fitness? I'm like, well, they can't really do fitness, but sure, we'll try it anyways. At least you can get rid of it if it doesn't work out. So he is now maxed his scout. So yay for that. And why don't we have him come? Oh, he can sleep in here. Why don't we come play inside? Why don't we do that? And did you get your work done? You're all flirty. And you're going to go kiss. Well, that's kind of nice. So what I was talking about, we need to get them to get married. And I don't know if we should take them on a vacation. There's nowhere here like already set up that I can recall for a wedding. And I think we may as well just have a double wedding so that they just get married at the same time. So we could either go on a vacation to the city and have them get married there, or we could just go to the city and have them get married. So there we go. So he's done that and she's all happy because of course they for 12 more hours from their engagement, where they must be shorter because they got engaged before them. And rally the troops. So we didn't really rally the troops. I'll just get rid of that. And we may as well rally the troops. Let's come here. And we could just have a wedding at home, and we could set up like a little area and invite people and just have like a little outdoor wedding and hope the weather cooperates. Maybe we should be buying a weather machine to help them in case the weather is bad and they can turn it. Because, of course, it's winter, and then we have holidays for the next 2 days. So maybe that's what we should do. We should, we have a holiday and a holiday, so maybe on Thursday in the game, we should get them married. And even if it's Thursday at the end of the day because they have to work, keep looking at her, and it doesn't matter because she doesn't work any set days. He works on Thursday, and Celeste, she's off currently on Thursday, so that works. And he's off, so it's only Finnegan who would either have to take a vacation day, probably. He does only work till 5, so we could have an evening wedding, so that might work, just to have them work. Because I don't want to hold it on a holiday, because then you can't have the goals, and I'd like them to have the actual goals. Of course, we'll only, the wedding technically will be for one of them, one couple, but we'll do it for both of them. And I think we will have it at home. I think that's a good idea. I think it's the easiest thing to do. And they have a nice new home, so maybe they want to show it off to their family and stuff like that. But who knows? People might come over before then anyways. But we're actually going to leave this part here. So they have their new home, and hopefully they enjoy it. And leave a like if you like the video. It really helps with the algorithms. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!